Okay. Now, because of your experience with us and the benefits you noticed for yourself, you became interested in making sure this could be available to more people. Is that,
Yeah,
my understanding is correct?
that's correct. Maharishi had two missions: enlightenment for the individual, peace on earth. Worked 22 hours a day to, make this happen. Brought out so much knowledge. And I'm working on a film about Maharishi, a documentary, and try to, do a film about the knowledge Maharishi brought out. Incredible.
Now, in the mind of most people who were aware during that period of our recent history, the name Maharishi is connected very deeply with the Beatles.
Right.
So what is your take on that? I mean,
That's like
which should we know, or what myth should be debunked about that relationship?
Well, there's the Beatles were with Maharishi in 1968. They went to Rishikesh with Maharishi, and they, Paul McCartney and Ringo just last April, not this April, but a year ago, took part in a huge concert for David Lynch Foundation for Consciousness-Based Education and World Peace at the Radio City Music Hall. So Ringo and Paul have been meditating with Maharishi's Transcendental meditation through the years. There was a gigantic misunderstanding at that time in Rishikesh that broke the relationship with Maharishi, but afterwards, what people don't know is that misunderstanding was based on falsehoods, and it got all ironed out. But people don't know about that. The Beatles were just, four of many people that learned this technique. And during those years, there have been 600 or 700, research studies on Transcendental meditation and the benefits. So little by little, the word meditation is getting, more and more, maybe, people saying maybe there's something to it. More and more people are realizing that Transcendental meditation is not a religion, and it's not against any religion. People from all religions practice it. And when they practice it, they say they understand their religion more, and they appreciate their religion more.
Their own religion.
Their own religion. All people that say that, they're saying it's not a conflict. Mm-hmm. It's not a cult. It's like you have a great physics teacher and you like to go on a picnic with them, and people say, well, it's a cult or something like this. It's a lot of absurdities, a lot of lack of knowledge about it. It's a technique for human beings, and life gets better and better and better because you're able to experience this deepest level within.
And how is your foundation going to foster the goal of making this more available to more people?
The David Lynch Foundation has helped start way more now than 100,000 students meditating. And some maybe 20 schools. When the foundation was started, it was in maybe 3 schools. Now 20 or more schools in the United States, and there's more schools in many parts of the world, have it for the whole student body. Mm-hmm. Some of these schools were the worst in the state. Violence, shootings, stabbings, suicides, depression, pharmaceutical drugs, not given a shit about learning, and bad scene. And they try many things, what you call surface cures, and they don't work. They don't address all that's inside that student, the kid, suffering, stress hitting kids at a younger and younger age, dark bad scene. And so they hear about meditation, they say it's a wacky bunch of, and it's the Eastern religion or something, but finally somebody says, let's, give this a try. They look into it and they find out all these benefits. They say, let's try this. So you have to teach the teachers to meditate, the students. You can't force someone to meditate. Some people say, no, I don't want it. But the ones that want it, and the staff, the whole bunch is meditating. Come back a year later, and the TM teachers stay with the school for the first year. Come back a year later, and it's a school you would really want to go to. Grades go up, relationships improve, violence stops. Because it's coming from within. And people feel better. And they don't feel like killing their neighbor, blasting his head off. But the slightest, word, they were, going like that. Now they just say, it rolls off their, their shoulders, their back. It's like a different school. Friends, they listen, they say, Billy can focus now. And it's just incredible. All kinds of things start happening. This school, one school I'm thinking about didn't have an art class. There's art all over the halls now. All this stuff starts coming out. And they start really enjoying life. And school doesn't seem so bad. And information is easier to take in and understand. It's pretty fun.
What helps students in a school like this to get started with the meditation program?
What is like usually one person, fights for it. But more and more, I think students are going to demand it. Give us this technique. Let us become, all the French, become, yogi students. And let's start, getting going. And it's just, a lot of times it's somebody has heard something and they say, let's get this in this school. And then once it starts rolling, 9 out of 10 times, those students that didn't want it or their parents didn't want it for the student, they're begging for it within a couple of months. There's control groups where 50 people are not doing transcendental meditation and 50 are doing it, and these people start saying, wait a minute, I don't want to do this control group. The change is like that, from within, so natural. It's for the human being. It's a treasury within each human being. And you get the key to open the door to that treasury, and it's all yours. Bring it out more and more and more, and watch things get better.
How long would you say the typical student takes before they notice that something is happening for them or improving, or where they can begin to talk about benefits?